And here we are.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Sup?
What's happening?
Today is Wednesday. I don't have all the setups for. We are clearly remote, everybody.
Yes,
And it's my fault.
It is completely Ian's fault.
I know. I named the stream Friday live stream on a Wednesday because we're doing a kind of a traditional thing. I have to watch the baby today. Unfortunately, I have no coverage for baby.
Bambina.
From the Bambino, unless we stream that. Baby sleeping, which is weird. Welcome in, everybody.
Hey.
Bob,
Is there
are
a
you
chat
excited?
that we can see?
Yeah, it's on the right hand side. You don't see it?
I don't.
Click on the. Yeah, they changed the layout a little bit in Restream.
Now I see it.
Bob, who's your friend in the back?
Which one?
The skinny guy.
The guy is.
The skeleton?
How many calories a day is he on?
He has no name. He says.
He has no name.
Oh.
We call him Skeletor.
Very cool. So for today, we do have a bunch of TikToks we'll review, some fun stuff, some not so fun stuff that we can review. You guys have anything to say right at the top before we maybe get into some weird things or fun things?
It's October. Bob and I are planning to go to several of the nicer haunts that are in our 2-hour range from us, right, Bob?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're so descriptive.
Which one are you guys going to?
Well, Headless Horseman, always like to go there because that's like a mega haunt. It's so
Yeah.
I think one year was actually voted best haunt in the country, a dozen years ago. But there's always that. That's in Ulster Park, New York. Then we also love McCready's Haunted Mansion in Poughkeepsie, New York, and that's much smaller, but they always do a bang up job, and they always do a fantastic job at McCready's Haunted Mansion.
Bob, what mic are you using?
I don't know.
The one that's far away from your head?
Yeah. So yeah, Headless Horseman and McCready's Haunted Mansion are the two that I want to go to. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. Just your lack of mic awareness is profound.
It just blows my mind. He's like Steve, he's like a deranged scientist when it comes to microphone use,
What
Mike,
does it say about Bob's haunt if it's a nicer haunt?
Mike Schmike.
Bob's got a good. Bob's haunt is very good. He's not running it because this is like something that's being run by another group. The bottom line is like the haunts that we're going to go to. These are like really, really, really professional haunts that that these people own a lot of property. They've been doing it for like decades.
Yeah. I mean, Headless Horseman, that's a multi-million-dollar haunt. It's just like it's 5 separate haunts in one. I mean, they're there for a couple hours. There's a huge midway with food and merchandise. I mean, it's a mega haunt. There's no comparison there. But it's also, you're going to pay $60, $70, and that's not even without a VIP. They're expensive. So you pay the price for that. And we don't even go every year because they don't change it up enough. It's frustrating.
Yeah, every other year I think is better.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially for that kind of money, they're just for that expense. They change up the hayride every year. They retheme that, but a lot of their separate haunted attractions, they're fantastic, But once you see it 3 years in a row, it's just like, all right, I'm done here. So what are you gonna do?
I would say their infrastructure is great. Their props are great. They're very imaginative. They're very creepy. The actors are terrible. I just think that they're terrible. You know, it's the same shtick over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, they're not telling a story.
Yeah, they're not even acting. It's just like you gave somebody zero prep and said, "Go act in this haunt," and they're just doing what somebody would do with zero training.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
yeah, that's a classic problem. Right? Even at my haunt, I mean, this is volunteer, so we're even worse off because volunteers, you can't really make them do anything because they just won't even show up. There's no real money involved, so
Well, you
that
can give
makes
them
it
some
frustrating.
pointers. Like, don't do these 3 cliche stupid things. Come up with something else to do. You know,
Yeah. Now, McCready's Haunted Mansion,
mix it up a little bit.
that's paid. It's not volunteer. They often, in my experience, their actors are high quality. They're not just startle scares. They become a character, and they take their time. It's not a quick startle and they're off. They'll
Yeah.
engage with you in character, and yeah, that one has fantastic haunt actors, scare actors.
Hmm.
They used to be called, at least. Yeah, it's always a hit and miss.
It's a ton of fun. I mean, even when it's bad, it's really good.
Yeah. If you've got like good sets and props, I'll be happy. If the actors are good as well, then that's a bonus.
Hmm.
But my expectations are low for super high quality actors. That reminds me, when I was doing the haunt in 2005 and 6 and 7, we had people that we had like these teenage punks, and I was paying them like $100 a night, and still it was like pulling teeth to get any performance out of them. And then I think I met, like, for the first time, Jay's wife Courtney, and she had a crew of like trained actors, and we brought her crew in, her and maybe five or six other people, and to see the difference between these teenagers with no experience and had no interest in really performing, and to see real actors take over roles, it was like night and day. It was like, wow, that's how it's supposed to be.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, my wife is definitely awesome.
Good quote. good clip too.
yeah.
All right, let's get to some silly videos. So a couple people tagged us in this one, which for some reason I can't see why. Hello. Oh, Instagram. Hello. There it is. Boom. For some reason, so why would they tag us in this one?
What kind of banana is
what
it?
kind of banana is
Giant banana.
It's a giant banana.
That's called the perspective banana.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it looks big.
It looks like a Cavendish otherwise.
It does. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, the yellow thing. I think technically it's a plantain.
It doesn't look like a
plantains
plantain.
are bananas, but like they also call it a banana. It's like it's a rhino banana. Let's see what it actually says. Oh, freaking Instagram. Got
horn banana.
What? Is it muted? It's muted. Well, it doesn't matter. It's AI anyway, so
If you can finish one, your friends will definitely be
my
impressed.
audio is
What kind of banana is this? These are pointy-o finger bananas. Even 10 of them wouldn't fill a single person's stomach. What kind of banana is this? This is the red beauty banana. It only bears fruit once every 3 years, making it extremely rare to find. What kind of banana is this? This is the Huamoa banana.
Have you seen any of these bananas before?
No.
By the way,
No.
Yeah, I've never seen any of these bananas before. So this is interesting. Oh my
Flavor is quite.
I guess I should mute the AI voice. It's very annoying. Okay, so this is where I was like, okay, maybe the AI got screwy because this is not a banana. That is a what is it called? I looked it up. I think it's like deliciosa monstera fruit.
So wait, is this AI or is this real?
The voice is AI, so I don't know if like it's taking. Somebody must have written it, right? Like this is the thing, Monstera deliciosa.
But the videos are all real.
Yeah, the videos are all real. That people, some people were arguing in that, but I looked up all these bananas. They are actually real bananas.
Oh, there's
But
like 60 plus varieties of
Yeah.
bananas. Most of them you only get locally in
Mhm.
subtropical and tropical zones because they don't ship well.
Right.
So I've only experienced, the Cavendish is the one that ships around the world.
Of course.
And when I've been to Florida and Hawaii, I've sampled a few local bananas, like apple bananas and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure, I've never done a banana excursion in Polynesia or the Southeast. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, this fruit is actually supposed to be very good. It tastes like mango and pineapple. Tastes like all the tropical fruits together.
Yeah, mixed together.
Which is
Right.
like these little pieces, like kernels, maybe they fall off, and then you can eat them. So you have to like tap it, and it kind of fall, but you can't peel it, or it's like no good, or it's
If they
itchy
don't
in your
fall
throat.
off, they're not ripe.
They're not ripe,
you're saying, yeah.
basically. Yeah. What kind of banana? White
Uh,
variegated banana. There's some interesting ones, which I think is why people sent it to us. There's like
Yeah.
this one, very cool. Like
Wow.
thousand finger banana. Which is
Love it.
very
What the
cool.
hell?
I know, it's pretty crazy. Wild mountain banana. Here's the Buddha's palm banana or something like
Wow.
that. Praying hands banana, rather. Very cool.
I want to try every single one.
I
of them.
know. This is I think this is why people tagged us in this. Oh, that was the apple banana. The ice. Is that the ice cream banana?
Ice cream banana, yeah.
Yeah. So I think you've
Ooh.
had that one.
I tried to grow them once.
I don't know. Are there any native bananas to Australia? Given that we'll be going there for Nauticon. This is the rhino banana or something. I think that's what it was called.
So that's
rhino
real. Damn.
banana. Yeah, rhino horn banana. Share this tab. They also call it rhino horn plantain. But
yeah,
pretty
plantains are
type
more
of banana, right?
starchy.
That's true.
You usually cook them and eat them like potatoes,
Mhm.
as opposed to dessert bananas, which is like what we think of
I guess, yeah.
as a banana. Something you just eat straight up.
Americans
eat.
and their dessert bananas.
Yeah.
I wonder how many of these are dessert bananas or more like plantains. They might some of these might just taste like whoa.
Yeah, it's true.
Cook that.
It might
first.
not be particularly.
That banana's freaking giant. What's up
Yeah,
with
it's
that? I mean, how many
crazy.
people would it take to eat that monster?
Could feed a small village with that thing.
Yeah. All right. Somebody sent us this for obvious reasons, which you will find when it says "Meet my friend Bob," and this might be a fun little thing. Let's see if it.
This was my favorite thing when I was a kid, so we're about to do it right now.
I don't know what the reaction got.
Hi.
Is funny.
This is Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Bob is his name. Bob can dance, Bob can sing, Bob can do almost anything. Bob can stand on his head, Bob can go to bed. Let's all clap for Bob. Oh my God, he's dead!
Oh my God.
Yeah, my kids showed me that when they were like 7.
Well, I think some of
Well-
our viewers have a similar I don't know, demeanor. They
So
saw
all
that
we
and they
have to
thought
do
of
is
Bob.
clap and Bob will die, right? Is that the
That-
takeaway?
yeah, no, that's not. Yes, sure. It's goofy. All right, they said we got a chiropractic video, which may go awry. Let's see. Somebody sent this in. Oh, there we go.
You good? Hell yeah, my guy!
Wow.
So it's a AI video, obviously. People thought of us with that too, I guess. I guess
Too much
effective.
AI slop out there.
There is a lot of AI slop, which is everywhere. All right, here is an illusion. Since we're on an illusion thing, it took me way longer to realize than it should have that it's not an invisible man walking his dog.
Yeah, I see it.
You see what it is now?
Yeah.
Takes a second.
Anybody?
Bob?
I need to make it bigger.
Bigger.
Apparently.
Um,
I didn't say apparently. Did I say apparently?
No.
I probably did. We would know. Once you
Wow,
see
man.
it, it's pretty good. Little. I mean, it is blurry, but it does break your brain for a little bit.
You guys want a hint?
yeah. Is that the head to the left?
That's right.
Where is the leash going?
It's Looks like it's going up a dog's butt.
Well, that way.
The other
the
end.
way. The other way.
Oh, yep. I see. All right. Yeah, I see that. His hand is in that sweater thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's Steve. His hand is inside the
It's a small vest. Right.
Yeah.
His thumb is the topmost skin that you see inside the vest.
I see.
Yeah.
But then
It's a hand vest.
So his
hand
arm though is weird though,
Yeah,
right?
what's to the left?
Far
That's
left.
probably
the
a
guy's
sweater, right?
arm or whoever it is. They're probably wearing a sweater or a sweatshirt.
Yeah, it's probably a sweater.
Oh, I see.
And it's just a tiny vest, so it gives you
Yeah, it's too blurry.
right. It's also blurry, so it kind of messes you up.
That was a good get, Jay.
Am I the only person who doesn't care if anyone says apparently? Yes. You're the only person. All right, let's get to some TikToks. There were a bunch of
We all care.
TikToks. So we'll be going through some of them.
Okay.
There was some fasting TikToks, which seems to be popping on TikTok, obviously, over and over and over. There's never an end to these, but let's just watch this one real quick.
The less we eat, the longer we live. You know, when people say after Thanksgiving or a big meal that they've got the itis, that's literally your body shutting itself down because it needs to dedicate energy to different parts of your body. It no longer has time to send energy for thinking power or anything else. But hey, when you need to sit down and break down all this food, that's why you end up falling asleep. Or when you get sick, the first thing you do is you want to stop eating. Everything makes your stomach hurt. And that because your body's literally telling you, hey, you need to take a break and stop eating. So when you fast, your body is saying, hey, we're not getting any food. We need to go and destroy all of the bad cells. Res that for things that are purposeful. When you see people going fast, they have all these benefits and these changes in their body because their body is literally healing itself. When you think about the fact that our body is 99% water and fruits are 80 to 90% water, that's probably like the closest thing to fasting, getting all of these fruits and keeping your body on this water-based diet.
Wow.
That's just all nonsense.
Yeah.
That's
It's hard also to say
making
that
shit up.
it might be AI, but that guy does tend to say a lot of weird stuff. That what is his name, Dr. William?
Or when you get sick.
We've
What's
seen
with
him on
all
other
of the
stuff.
the old film effects? Like
I
why
mean,
is there?
Maybe that is, if it is AI, to obscure from the fact that it's like kind of janky, but he also kind of says a lot of this stuff, so I'm not really that off base,
because
and I'm glad we got this little reaction guy just in case.
Yeah, like what that guy? God, talk
We
about
just
falling
gotta have
asleep.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so what is there any science behind fasting?
No longer has time.
We've talked about it a little bit before, but
I mean, there is evidence that a low-calorie diet can have an effect on longevity. That the best evidence is in mice. It's always hard to translate that to people, and it's hard to study that in people.
Yeah.
And it's hard to know, like, if you're, since our baseline is essentially an overweight population, anything which causes people to lose weight might make them healthier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's hard to factor that out. This appeal to, like what was quote unquote natural for humans in the past is just nonsensical. And it's also contradictory. So, like, what is he saying? We shouldn't. Like, he's saying how like it's bad to eat a big meal, but what many like hunter-gatherer populations or predators do is they go for long periods without eating because they don't have access to food, and then when they do get access to food, they gorge themselves as much as they can. Right. So that's sort of one survival strategy, which is like the Thanksgiving strategy, right? Like you just eat as much as you can. So, but he's trying to just like simultaneously argue that you should have these longer periods of not eating, but that you shouldn't eat big meals. It's like, well, you got to either eat frequently or eat big meals. You got to do one or the other, to within whatever the parameters of getting sufficient calories to support yourself. The fruit argument, fruit's mostly water and we're mostly water, so it's like fasting. That's just silliness. That's
nonsense. And the idea that if you don't eat, your body's like, okay, I'm going to start healing stuff now. Like that's just completely ridiculous.
It's completely wrong.
Yeah, you want to heal stuff, then or even if it's not, even if it's like a post workout, like if you want to gain muscle or heal things, food's a good idea to make that happen. It's just so ridiculous that
what's very important after surgery is healing, right? You have to heal from the surgery, heal from whatever it is that they were fixing. And one of the most important aspects of that is good nutrition, right? They give you what so-called yellow bags or banana bags because they're yellow, which is just like concentrated nutrients, because that will help you heal better. Fasting is the worst thing you would do when you're trying to heal. Your body it has high caloric demand, high nutrient demand. That's not the time that you want to. So that's the opposite of the truth, what that guy is saying there.
Yeah, and the idea too that like, he's saying your body needs when you eat, it takes the energy away from your body, but isn't your brain the first thing like that gets, the blood goes to your brain first.
It's a complicated network of priorities, right? Because it has to also be adaptive. So you're right. If you are in a situation where there is no immediate threat and you have eaten a lot of food, your body's like, all right, this is a good time to digest all this food, so let's do that. But if the moment you're under threat, the priority shifts, and now you need to be able to give priority to your muscles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe your alertness. We have a whole system devoted to that. So it's just simplistic. You know what I mean? We have a much more dynamic and complicated system of priorities in terms of like where your calories are going to go, what metabolic functions are going to be prioritized. And it's hard to hack it, right? There's no simplistic way to hack that. And just as a good first blush, it's always a good first approximation. Just doing like the moderate thing is probably the best, rather than an extreme thing. Get plenty of exercise, eat sufficient, good, nutrient food, but not too much. Don't eat too much of any one thing. Sort of balance things out. That's probably as close as you're going to get to an ideal lifestyle. And I don't think there's any like simple way to hack it. And anyone claiming an extreme hack, like eat all meat or whatever, like there's a diet for every extreme hack you can think of. They're all bullshit, and they're all probably take you away from optimal, not towards some silly counterintuitive optimal based on some really ridiculous hand-waving argument about how our ancestors lived thousands of years ago. It's just silliness.
So there's no magical supplement that can heal
There's
all.
no magical anything.
Oh, all right.
That's a bummer.
That's a bummer. Well, let's see what this guy has to say. He seems to suggest
This fucking guy.
This fucking guy.
I hate this guy.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah, it's good. Paused on his dumb face. Let's see what he has to say. He has something to say about supplements.
Scientist named Dr. Wasserman discovered that selenium got rid of the sea monster in mice. He thought he made this huge discovery. Well, guess what? The medical monopoly did not act on it. They said, nope. Shut their eyes to it. Don't want to know about it. However, farmers, they started giving their livestock selenium, and none of the livestock gets the sea monster anymore. I mean, I'm not saying, but I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
He's a Poe.
You think he's a Poe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's the sea monster?
It's sea monster. It's
cancer. It's cancer.
They don't cancer. Oh. They don't say it on TikTok because you get kind of kicked off the algorithm.
So, I mean, this narrative is so common on TikTok. It's very frustrating because it's so fucking stupid. Yeah. First of all, nobody cured cancer in 1912, right? Mm-hmm. Further, there was no worldwide medical monopoly, because that's what he was talking about. That's what you would require. A monolithic institutional medicine around the world, right? And and to think at the time, they're like, nope, we don't want to cure cancer. Why would we want to do that in 1912? Like really prior to the pharmaceutical industry being significant? It's ridiculous. It makes absolutely no sense. It's also not true that selenium does not cure cancer, right? Or nor does it prevent cancer. There is, as always, there's like preliminary mixed evidence, but it's not really clear. It's possible that if you're deficient in selenium, that might be a risk factor for cancer. Even that's not clear, but that's really the most you could say. It's possible that there's a U-shaped risk curve, that super low and high levels of selenium have higher risks, and the lowest risk is in the moderate zone. So supplementing it is probably a bad thing unless you're at the deficient end to begin with. So like most things, if you're deficient, it's reasonable to supplement. If you're not, it's worthless and may be harmful. And it's not even clear, like in clinical trials, there's no effect that can be measured so far. Like when we do randomized controlled clinical trials of like using selenium as an adjuvant or as a supplement or whatever, doesn't seem to affect the outcome of cancer. So, it's just all bullshit.
Yeah.
But it's just bullshit feeding this narrative of the medical, monopoly narrative, which is just nonsense on multiple levels.
Yeah. Like an elevator. Huh. Okay. Sorry. So I'm jumping around a little bit, but I had this other TikTok, which also goes into that, medical monopoly thing. This was another fasting. The truth about breakfast. What do you guys think the truth about breakfast is?
Well, it's usually
it's not a fasting thing.
Oh,
most people have dessert for breakfast because they're eating pancakes and waffles and all sorts of sugar crap, muffins.
Not usually a fan of breakfast, American breakfast. It's too sweet.
I usually just have lunch.
Yeah, just go right to lunch, right?
Same.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Brunch.
But maybe she's going to say that sausage.
If I do have breakfast, I like grits.
What we need for breakfast.
Grits? Cheese grits or sweet grits?
Just grits, just plain.
Just plain. No salt, nothing?
I know. I put a little bit of artificial sweetener in there. That's it.
There you go. Okay, so a little sweet. SGU this fucking guy shirt, please. We can do that.
Yeah.
That would be funny. All right, here we go.
3 meals a day, please. That's not nature. That's Rockefeller marketing. Our ancestors didn't sit around with breakfast, lunch, and dinner neatly served. They ate once a day, sometimes 3 times a week. That was abundance. And you know what? They thrived. They were lean, sharp, and strong because the body is designed to function best in fasting. You ever wonder why you heal in your sleep? Because you're fasting. The body.
Okay, hold on. Do you heal in your sleep because you're fasting?
No.
Or is it just time?
It's because your body is in rest mode. It's not doing anything else, so it has more calories and more energy to devote to basic metabolic functions and healing.
Yeah.
Again, it's priorities. You're not running away from a tiger, so it's a good time to heal those wounds.
Right. All right, let's see.
Body finally gets to stop wasting energy digesting junk and starts repairing, rebuilding, cleaning house. That's when the real work gets done. But you've been programmed. You think skipping breakfast is a crime. You think hunger is an emergency. No, it's power. Fasting activates cells that act like little soldiers. They march straight to the damage, clean it out, rebuild you stronger. That's real medicine. And yet the white coat will tell you to eat regularly. Why? Because the system isn't built for your health, it's built for your dependence. Rockefeller didn't give you 3 meals to nourish you. He gave you 3 meals to chain you, to keep you tired, inflamed, obedient.
God, I think everything is AI because her movements are weird.
She seems AI. She seems very
I think it's AI. Like she's like the video looks looped at certain points. Yeah. Her eyes are weird. Her mouth movements are weird.
And this is the whole Rockefeller conspiracy theory too. Like he sort of controlled the foundation of medicine.
Right.
And it's all a big conspiracy. It's just,
Can I say something?
Yeah, kind of. Can you?
Oh, Lord.
I mean, if you're not like completely stuffing yourself at any particular meal, like I have breakfast, say at 7 a.m, and between 12 and 2, I get hungry.
Yeah.
Then, my kids get home from school and what is it? 6 o'clock, I get hungry. You know what I mean? It's like, no, nobody's making that up. Nobody's like following some bullshit billionaire suggestion or whatever, like marketing. Like we get hungry, we get hungry. The goal here is the goal is to not overeat and pick nutritious foods for the most part. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Why do they all want us to starve ourselves? That's the real question.
That is a weird thing. That's the global conspiracy. It's like, actually, you should just be hungry.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. This report came out just yesterday. Let's see. This is, I don't know if you guys saw it, Consumer Reports. Protein powders, so talking about supplements, and shakes contain high levels of lead based on like these 20 some odd products they were reviewing. So it seems like the supplement industry doesn't have a very good track record of policing itself.
Terrible track record. And there's different supplement industries, right? So it depends on where stuff's coming from. The stuff that's coming from India has a huge problem with heavy metal poisoning, heavy metal either contamination, meaning it's accidentally there, or adulteration, meaning it's deliberately there. Because Ayurvedic medicine actually uses a lot of heavy metal. So to them, it's like, it's a feature, not a bug. Like they put it there deliberately. Chinese products have a lot of problem because of all of these things. And it's just terrible quality control. They're just not regulated like the way we are. So they have lots of contamination, adulteration, substitution. Pretty much any product you get online from China or India is going to have one or more of those issues. In the U.S., if it's sourced from the U.S., it's a little bit better, but there's a lot of substitution and adulteration, not as much contamination, because again, there's at least there's better manufacturing standards, meaning that if you might think you're buying one herbal supplement, but it's just alfalfa because it's cheap, and they just put, just all filler crap. It isn't what you're not getting what you think you're getting, or they put real drugs in there so that you get some effect, that you think something's happening. Like they'll cut it with caffeine is a very common one, or something that is functionally caffeine, but it has a more chemical name that most people wouldn't recognize as caffeine. So, right, like if you're getting herbal boner pills, they probably have real drugs in them.
Right.
That's adulteration when they're deliberately putting them in there. Right.
Yeah.
So the whole industry is just poorly regulated and just rife with poor quality. It's what happens when you have a drug industry that's not properly regulated.
Yeah.
You get the supplement industry, which is horrible. It's the snake oil industry from pre-FDA. That's what the modern supplement industry is, basically the pre-FDA snake oil patent medicine industry. Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, it just got resurrected as that. They basically found a way around the FDA regulations, and then they just reconstituted itself with all the same features of the snake oil patent medicine industry.
Yeah, guys, I went to Mom's this morning, and she's like, I got to show you something. She leads me to her computer, and there was an ad on a in her browser, and talking about how you take this thing and you will go to the bathroom every day. She's like, you got to make this work. And I said, Mom, I've seen this guy before. It's just all bullshit. And her reaction was, well, he can't lie. And I'm like,
yes,
absolutely. He absolutely can lie right to your face.
What? Why couldn't he lie? Did she say why?
It's just that the powers that be wouldn't let that happen.
Right.
It's the illusion that consumers are being protected, right? Most consumers think that they are far more protected than they are.
Right.
You ask them questions like, is it legal to lie in marketing supplements or whatever? They go, no, we can't do that. Well, that's wrong. There are massive loopholes, and to get around that, and less than 50% of companies are compliant, even with the lax laws that we have, and the FDA isn't funded enough to really police what's already out there, et cetera, et cetera. So they have this illusion that they are protected when they are not. So they are more likely to believe the bullshit advertising because they don't realize, it's a buyer beware Wild West. That's what you voted for. That's what you have. You can't have, unfettered, healthcare freedom and protection at the same time.
Yeah.
Those are mutually incompatible. You got to choose.
But it's been in decline for decades, right? Like it's
Yeah.
it's not obviously just in the last couple months, but
No,
it's all part of the whole
big inflection point was
thing.
the 1996 DSHEA, the Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act, or 1994.
Well, tell us about that. What was that all about?
That was basically, someone threw Orrin Hatch in there. It was Hatch and another guy who got this law passed through Congress that basically took supplements away from FDA regulation, made a separate category of regulation, and again manufactured these massive loopholes for them, so they don't have to prove efficacy. They often are marketed under GRAS, which is generally recognized as safe, which means you don't even have to prove that you're safe. It's like, oh, indigenous people have been using this for a long time. It's like, all right, can't be that bad then, so it's good.
Orrin Hatch and Tom Harkin, I think.
Harkin, yeah, that's the other guy. It was Hatch and Harkin. So one Democrat, one Republican. And a lot of people don't realize this, why did Orrin Hatch support deregulating the supplement industry? Well, Hatch was the senator from Utah, and Utah is the center of the supplement industry in the United States, which is largely tied to what else is big in Utah?
The Mormons?
The Mormon Church. That's what we're dealing with.
Oh boy, that's big money, I guess.
Yeah.
Hatch had significant financial support from the supplement manufacturers, including multi-level marketing firms, Ango and Herbalife, if you're over the pond. That makes a lot of sense. So then what the hell was what was the other guy's name? Harkin.
Hatch and Harkin. And Harkin was just a true believer. He was just a granola kind of, natural is better kind of guy. He thought that he or somebody he knew was cured by some kind of natural supplement, and that was enough.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well,
so again, the supplement industry knows how to work both sides of the aisle, right? So on the right, it's all anti-government rhetoric. The government shouldn't tell you what you can take, and on the left, it's all anti-corporate. We don't trust these corporations, right? It's all big pharma trying to suppress the little guy. So you could choose your rhetoric depending on what side of the aisle you're lobbying,
Yeah. If only there was a way to figure out if something was true, there's something out there. We'll figure
kind
it out.
of skeptical methodology.
I don't know. We'll figure that out. That sounds nutty. Okay, so that's that. So, and it's not just protein powder, everybody. It was some of the shakes. So I don't know. Look it up. So you gotta be careful. Unfortunately, I have some of these shakes too because I was like, well, I'm working out. Not these ones specifically, but working out.
Go back up to muscle milk. What is the matter with these? Is this
the daily amount of lead that you're quote unquote it's safe to have? There's no daily amount that's safe, I think, but it's there's maximums that you should be.
But why do all these have lead?
Well, they're contaminated with lead for whatever reason, in the manufacturing or intentional, wherever they get their protein.
And can we trust this?
I mean, it's Consumer Reports. Some people were saying in the chat, it's a little bit of a, toss up, but this is what they're reporting on. There are other organizations that are reporting on this too. So we do have to kind of balance that, but it's mostly news. It's not like the FDA has come out and said, don't do X, Y, and Z. I don't know if you could trust them now either way.
Can you put the link in the chat? Because I
did. Yeah, it's Consumer Report. If you just search up Consumer Reports protein powders, a couple of people in the chat were saying it's well, I'm trying to do weight, strength training and hit my protein dailies, which I think there's
that's what I do.
But there's a little bit, maybe we could talk to it about pseudoscience of how much protein you really need. There's a lot of strength trainers that are I need 200 grams plus. And it's do you really need that?
That's overkill.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on your weight, obviously, but I mean, 80 to 120 is not unreasonable. And what little research I've done over the years, I try to hit 90, 100 on my lifting days. And and but in between those days, it's not that high.
So is this why
But yeah,
is this why like
200
bodybuilders are dumb?
grams is
Because they're just consuming lead. No, that's other reasons.
Yeah, there's plenty of
there's plenty of other reasons. Also, it could be that just maybe, I don't know, whatever. It's a joke. Obviously, people that are dumb want to be bodybuilders. Maybe like me, I want big muscles. I keep getting video unavailable error on the YouTube. I don't know. YouTube is weird sometimes.
And also Consumer Reports. Last time I read about Consumer Reports, they had taken a big dive.
Yeah,
in
they have a lot of
It's
blind
true.
spots.
So
There's some anti-GMO
yeah.
propaganda,
Yeah.
I believe they
Yeah.
do. So unfortunately, it's hit or miss. So,
Steve, do you think that if anybody's using any of these products, like it's definitely like a don't do it?
or you could
Yeah, you
test
should-
them, right? Couldn't you
No,
test them at home?
You should try to minimize your exposure to lead. you know,
Yeah.
so, and you don't really need these things. Like you don't really need to take protein shakes. You could just no, you
Yes, you
don't.
do.
You
Yes,
do
I do.
not.
It's you just like the taste. It seems like it's
I
more
have to.
efficient, I think people find. You know what I mean? Rather than eating 2 pounds
Yeah,
of chicken.
Exactly. The calorie to protein ratio is
Right, but so is
awesome.
the lead to not lead is not so good.
Bring it. Bring the lead.
Bring
Bring
the
the
lead.
lead. I'll take that too.
Hey, it works for the Roman Empire, right? They survived a while. Apparently, was
How about
Apparently.
protein bars too? I mean, that's a big.
yeah.
item.
So I think there are
They're-
little lead
not as
testing
good.
systems that you could always probably get if you. I don't know how well they work, but we could look at that.
Protein bars are fine, but they taste too damn good.
Like a candy.
Yeah, I mean, there's chocolate in those things, and typically though they might have say 20 to 25 grams of protein, but you're talking 250 to 300 or more calories. So it's you're gonna with the bars you're gonna almost invariably get a higher higher calories than if you're also trying to not eat too many calories and gain muscle at the same time, which is like extremely hard.
Oh,
Thing
I
to
should say
balance,
that I think
but,
this also focused that or found that it was mostly the plant-based protein powders that had the high lead content, whereas the whey ones had less lead.
Oh, okay. So yeah, whey is much more common.
So there's,
I would say
so there might be something there
whey-based protein.
to consider.
So and I would think that muscle milk is whey-based, not
It's
plant-based.
a little,
but
yeah. So muscle milk, at least from this reporting, was under the, not okay to eat occasionally.
occasionally. What the fuck?
5.5 servings per week, which seems like almost daily.
Well, that's
right. If a serving is a bottle, unless they have their trickery with half a bottle as a serving, that's the way to go.
I hate when they do that.
Yeah, it's like it's only 100 calories if you drink a quarter of the bottle. It's like, okay, all right, let's move on. So one of the big stories from last week was something RFK said. Do you guys have that in your brain?
No, I
Yeah.
didn't hear it.
Did you block it out? It had something to do with a little procedure that happens when you're a baby and somebody will say peanut. So let's see what he has to say.
There's also there's many other confirmation studies. There's 2 studies that show children who are circumcised early have double the rate of autism. And it's highly likely because they're given Tylenol. So, none of this is dispositive, but all of it is stuff that we should be paying attention to.
Yeah. But, there's a tremendous amount of proof or evidence, I would say, as a non-doctor, but I've studied this a long time ago.
As a non-doctor. I think there's also the meeting where he said we're getting the, what was it? We're looking for the proof or something to that effect. Let me find that quote. But so he's still on the supplement kick, obviously, or not the supplement, Tylenol kick. I think it went around on the internet that it was like he claims circumcisions cause autism. It wasn't exactly that, but it was kind of, I guess, connected.
He was trying to link it to Tylenol.
Tylenol
So
use.
there's some studies that he picked didn't show that. There's plenty of evidence against there being any association. One of the studies was trying to make the point that it was psychological trauma. It's not correlated. First of all, they had no data on whether anybody took Tylenol, right? It was just did they get circumcised or not? And there's so many different practices. So, for example, especially in the last 20 years, it's more and more common practice to use like in nerve blocks before circumcision. So the psychological trauma angle is not the same as it was, say, 50 years ago or 100 years ago. And also there's less, of course, need therefore for analgesia if you're using a nerve block, rather than, you're not going to treat that kind of pain with Tylenol anyway. And again, like always, this is all just observational data. There's confounding factors galore. People who get circumcised, there's lots of reasons why you might get circumcised, that for genetic, familial, religious, confounding factors in there that could explain the results. So, when experts review all the evidence, they conclude there's really no reason to say that circumcision is a risk factor for autism, and certainly not for using that to make the connection through Tylenol. That's even a secondary claim, which is, just not, the data is not there. So what this is evidence for is that RFK Jr. is a jackass who has no idea what he's talking about.
Well,
see, when you say jackass, I mean, what specifically do you mean? Or would you like me to go into
detail?
He is replete with jackassery.
Yeah. Oh God.
Not even out of year one, and this is what we're dealing with.
Yeah, it's.
I'm sitting at the table, and he's like, "I've been studying it." The fuck, you studied
as a non-scientist.
Studied nothing.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, you have a degree in baloney. Not even that. I don't even have a degree in baloney. All right, yeah, but that was part of the meeting where he said we're looking to make the proof on these. We're funding studies to make the proof around Tylenol. So that kind of gives you a hint at what his whole ideology is.
Yeah, they often give the game away by saying things like that. We're going to prove this. No, you're going to find out if it's true, not that it's true.
Right.
If you're doing a study to show that it's true, that's not science. That's pseudoscience.
Well, all right. So let's go on to some other stuff that's much lighter in news. Fake protest videos are the latest AI slop to go viral, specifically in the MAGA world. But obviously we've probably seen protests or notices of National Guard going into different cities. But now aside from those real videos, there are popular fake videos out there that people seem to be falling for.
That's it.
And let's see if it seems something you would fall for.
What's your name, soldier? What's your name, soldier? Tell me your name. What's your name, soldier? Yeah, you hear me? What's your name, soldier? What's your name, soldier? Sergeant Pepper.
I mean, it's funny because it's so ridiculous. Aside from the fact that it says Sora, but that is also very easy to crop out if you wanted to. You could there's probably AI to remove the Sora logo. But yeah, some of the giveaways are this guy doesn't move at all, much at all. The camera's moving, but he's pretty stationary. He barely sprays it in the right direction. It's also just absurd to yell Sergeant Pepper. And here's another one.
Queso, no cheese! No queso, no cheese! You hear me? No queso, no cheese! Get back! No! My eyes! I can't see! Queso, no cheese!
No queso, no cheese, which is an interesting.
Back it up!
What the hell is this?
So yeah, Real Brooklyn Patriot there posted something that's totally real. So common protest chant, no queso, no cheese. Sarcasm implied there. So, but these are going viral on the Facebook and the other, and X, obviously, or Twitter, should say, and Instagram actually specifically. This is posted on Instagram.
And the platforms are like going wild, right? They're scrambling to make sure that people aren't, using AI videos to incite violence or anger or any of that nonsense.
Totally. I mean, there is the context note, that users have to kind of force to be placed there for X. I'm not scrolling Twitter. But, how much do people see that before it actually gets popped up? Any of that stuff. There's some other weird ones. Actually, I think this one's a real one. Well, whatever. Let's see. What is it? Some other ones. I mean, what are your thoughts maybe on the AI?
I mean, we predicted this years ago, right? This is
Right.
what we've been saying for a long time, that as the AI video gets better and better, it's going to get harder and harder for the average person to tell the difference between reality and just completely fake generated stuff. And that even if technically you can go in there and say, yes, this was created by Sora, this is AI, the damage is done, right? The asshole idiots believe it, and they're not going to wait around to be corrected on, oh, this was fake. And even when they know it's fake, they don't care.
Right.
A lot of times they're like, well, it just represents reality,
Yeah.
So it's just this circular kind of logic. I think if you read the comments, a lot of the comments sort of clearly are by people who think this is real.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they just don't care. It's like, this supports my narrative. Yay. And another scary layer here is that on the far right, people are celebrating. It's like, yay, spray those libtards with pepper spray. This is what I voted for, violence against protesters I personally disagree with, So this is just red meat for the complete assholes of the world.
Yeah.
Who just don't care if it's real or not.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what we would do about that other than advocating for something to police, quote unquote, the AI infrastructure, to force platforms to,
and they'll just fund whatever candidates vote.
Unfortunately, that is true. So I mean, it doesn't seem like it's right now. At least the only way we can do it is like media literacy, as much as we can to people. Advocate for media literacy to people who care about that.
Mm-hmm.
These videos were real. Like, this is an ICE agent. I don't want to show it because I don't know if YouTube will get weird. But like, he shoots him in the head with a non-lethal.
With a pepper ball.
Is it bad?
No, you don't really see anything, but like he drops to the ground. But non-lethal weapons can be lethal, surprisingly, because they're supposed to, I think, bounce it off the ground to like reduce the intensity. But this, the ICE agent just shot him right in the head.
No, those pepper balls that get shot like by a pellet gun. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like a paintball gun kind of thing. They're no joke. Like they will take you down, and they could definitely like kill somebody with an asthma attack or a breathing attack or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
These are not gentle.
No,
these are weapons.
Right. And this video is actually somebody actually getting sprayed with a pepper spray. So it's a real one. I don't want to play that, but you can go look at that. So yeah, it is kind of, even when there are real acts of it, it's like it's just adding to the noise. These fake ones, which it is weird that like some people fall for this, because it is. And I don't know why can I see that this is AI, or am I just predisposed to know that it's AI?
I mean, we've been following this technology for years.
True, yeah.
And playing the is this real or AI game all along. So I think we're, a little bit better able to tell.
Yeah.
Even, for me, it's still always in the mouth movements for speech.
Right.
Non-speaking video is getting damn hard to tell the difference if it's good quality. Pictures, I think, we're beyond the point where you can tell the difference. For video, it's getting pretty close. Speaking video, we're still a little bit in the uncanny valley.
Yeah.
whatever. What is it? 1 year, 2 years away from not being in the uncanny valley?
Yeah, and then what?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
what's it going to be like?
Yeah.
And then don't forget though, then it'll be people that you know. I think the last thing to fall would be people that you know. Like
Yeah,
Jay,
sure.
I could probably tell an AI video of you is not you better than I could tell it of somebody I
But
don't
that's
know.
all these like
Um,
steps are going to go away, and the vast majority of the time humans are going to be dealing with AI. It's going to be indistinguishable from reality.
Right. So video, as in pictures and images are not going to be evidence for anything, and for the court of law, that's for courts. I think it's going to be fine because it's really all about eyewitness testimony. The evidence, the evidence like videos and images are just not compelling, and it's going to be all
The
about
eyewitness
eyewitness
testimony is
testimonies.
terrible,
That's not
though.
good either. Yeah, isn't it?
No, I disagree. I think that video in a court of law, videos could still be evidence if they go through a vetting process to show that this is real. I still think you'll be able to do video forensics will
not
be
good
able to
enough.
tell, if something is real or AI.
I don't know about that because a lot of those deep fake algorithms, once a method to figure out, to determine and distinguish is once that is
found.
is made public, then they just account
Right.
for it. It's an arms race. You can't say, yeah, we'll determine whether this was fake or not. Sure, you could do that sometimes, but you can't count on it.
Yeah, I mean,
You
when do
can't
you think the
count- you
first
can't count
person's
on
going to
that.
go to jail for an AI video? You know what I mean? Like, or worse,
Yeah.
Death penalty style. That's particularly evil. Yeah, I don't know. How do you have to have multiple angles of everything always? Like somehow a
But eventually, Ian,
blockchain video. somehow.
eventually that's going to be meaningless too. I mean, it'll
Yeah.
it'll make it it'll be like viewing something in an Unreal Engine 3D model, but it's going to look perfectly real.
Well, the only thing I could think of is, and I was talking actually to shout out to Eric Painter in the chat. He was saying, a lot of the AI videos are low res. So is the move to make everything so high res that it would take like a month for it to render a video, like for AI? You know what I mean? Like if it's 16K,
Yeah, if it's not 10K, I don't believe
48K,
it.
you know what I mean? Like some astronomical value where it's like you knew it based on the quality of the video coming in. It just like has to be real. Is that a way you
It's
stop
another
it?
delaying tactic.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But can you
Yeah, it's an
upscale
interesting tactic.
like easily? I don't know. There's like a whole. It's an arms race, as you kind of pointed out. It's just-
I mean, images, Steve, you said yourself, images have been, so sophisticated, fake images that for years, basically, right? Images have been, right? I mean, so how have we survived that? We've survived that, and it'll be similar with video. It's
What do you
not
mean survive? Have we politically survived it?
Well, I mean,
yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah,
yeah. Trump throws all common sense out the window. So who knows what the hell's going to happen?
I mean, but in terms of survival, like you're saying, like it hasn't become such a problem with the fake pictures.
Right.
I mean, it's
right.
Yeah, I don't know. A picture doesn't
people
say
know. I think
a lot, 1,000 words, but as opposed to a video.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that, like as in pictures, video will be a lot of people, most people will be like, we don't know if that's true or not. We don't know if that's real or not.
Right.
Of course,
well, that's the other
MAGA's
side of the coin.
different.
People will dismiss real videos as fake. So there's now plausible deniability for all evidence. You could have you could catch somebody with their hand in the cookie jar and they'll go, it was AI generated. That wasn't me.
Yeah.
I never did that.
Yeah.
And it will happen.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for the
all the
gifted.
time,
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. Yeah, but if you've got 10 people that said, I heard him say it,
yeah,
that's much more compelling.
Yeah, I mean,
and
that will be it, Bob.
You'll have to get people on the street verifying it, but How do you trust
Yeah, I mean,
those
Or
it's not like a
multiple,
video.
multiple videos from different angles.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. But
Right.
but that just takes a couple
But
more
that,
computers,
but
a couple more GPUs, I
yeah,
guess.
it's more of a delaying tactic.
I mean, is everything a delaying tactic? Because it's
I mean,
like the truth, what is it? Like a lie goes around the world before truth gets out of bed or whatever the hell the quote is. Like,
yeah, gets its socks
gets its
on or
socks
something
on.
like
Yeah,
that.
it's like,
Yeah.
maybe that's if we can stop it from going around the world first. You think forensics will always be able to identify AI video because computers will always have a tell?
No,
It's just they're going to get harder and they'll need real work to keep up
no,
with it.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting question. Is there always a tell? And
I don't think so. I don't think so. Not one that is automatically, automatically, doable with current technology.
Responding to Halsey, we did not vote for this. What we've been saying all along is that AI has the power to make cool stuff and be abused. These things are both true at the same time.
Yeah.
Right? It's a powerful tool that could be used for entertainment, for productivity, for creativity, etc. But it's also a tool that can be used to blur the lines between facts and reality, to flood the zone with slop, to steal intellectual property. These things are all true at the same time. What we've always advocated for is proper regulation, right? Is we have to carefully roll out this technology, think about it each step of the way so that we can get the benefits and mitigate or minimize the potential abuses, right? That's like saying of nuclear power, you guys voted for the atomic bomb when you were saying we wanted atomic, nuclear power. It's like, no, we want the good stuff and not the bad stuff. We
Also,
recognize that they're both there.
Also, how would that work? Like if just the SGU, or let's say like the whole population somehow is like, we don't want AI.
Yeah.
Is that what is expected? That everybody has to like shift to one ideology? It's like, that's not how humans work. So it's not going to work. We have to like regulate it. We have to have some overarching structure that stops it from going crazy. It's like what ostensibly the government is supposed to be for, but who knows,
And to some extent, the genie's out of the bottle. Like, there's just no way that it's going to go away. We can't go back. We have to go through. Right? That's just the way it almost always is with technology.
Of course, yeah. They're not going to get rid of it.
Especially in this global world. It's not like, we could unilaterally decide for the world, we're going to stop AI. All we could do is say, this is a way to roll it out, in a responsible way and to minimize abuses and try to promote. You could lead by example, but also promote international standards and also work on ways to provide protections from its abuses, like algorithms that will reveal, AI generated content. It's whatever the options are. Dune had computers outlawed.
That's true.
That's funny. I was just thinking of Dune.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about the quote from Dune: "He who controls the spice controls the universe." It's the same thing. He who controls, the AI controls the universe, in a way. Because if you control information, if you control what people see and hear, if you control the narrative, you control people. You control governments.
Of course, I mean,
that's societies.
That's the
there
money
is no
right there,
freedom.
man.
There is no freedom when someone else has total control over all information you see and hear. You can at most have just the illusion of control, but you never really have it.
That's actually an interesting. I was going to send this because it might be something we could discuss on the PR podcast, which is coming out very soon. But it's been going around, and it's an idea that's been shared a lot. Is informational autocrats.
What is that?
Like, well, it's something that we would discuss maybe with Andrea, but it's like, it's the autocracies that control information, what is that, as opposed to just autocrats that are like through sheer force of will or like
control
power,
the military, the police force,
or whatever. But when it's informational based, that's an interesting dilemma of politics, which I feel like that might be a fun one to to do. I meant to email this to you, but like
that's why you need a free press, and that's why
you need free press.
autocrats go after the free press. Number one, that's the first thing they do is control information.
Which, what does that seem like? Yeah, unfortunately. So, and the thing with Dune is like it's not even like the populations all changed their mind. It's like they did legislate computers away, I guess, right?
Well, they fought an existential war where humanity
against them,
just barely avoided getting completely wiped out by machines. And at the back end of that, they're like, maybe we should ban machines.
Maybe we should. That's true.
Right.
But there's probably, even if there was ever an early story of that time, I bet you there were people who were like, if you wrote the story, that would be pro machines. They're like, no, we can do it responsibly, or whatever. But they just kind of had to legislate it all.
And even again, just
and even still,
we're going to talk about Dune canon. So
go ahead.
There was even in the immediate aftermath of the Butlerian Jihad and the banning of machines that mimic the mind of man, there was still a debate, an ideological conflict over, well, how thoroughly do we really need to ban these things?
Right, exactly.
Do we need to ban maybe just true sentience? Can we still have calculators? And essentially the absolute fanatics won, the most fanatical purists won. Right. And that led to the world of Dune. But even in the world of Dune, there were cheaters because the technology is so powerful and alluring. So Ix, the planet Ix, was essentially cheating and had some thinking machines in there that they were trying to hide from everybody else. But they made other people very, very upset. So it's Dune is not a pure example of doing that. It shows, in fact, how fraught this is, right? How difficult and how extreme that notion is.
But we're like those like advanced humans, or what is it? The Guild Navigator or something like that. What is it called?
Yeah, they were mutated by.
They were mutated by spice. Yeah,
spice.
Like,
but in a way, are they not just like soft machines? You know what
they
I
are.
mean?
They are human computers. Same thing with the Bene Gesserit. Same thing with the Mentats. They basically used spice to create people who can duplicate the functionality of computers.
Right.
Because computers were banned.
Yeah.
And so that was the closest we could come. So like you couldn't navigate space without a computer unless you were a guild navigator, mutated and living basically in a tank of spice, so that you can see all the possibilities in fold space or whatever. So that's kind of the whole. I mean, it's a great mythology for a science fiction series.
Sure.
I love it.
I mean, his mix of religion and politics and all of that, it's just so powerful.
Very powerful.
Was it Outer Spice? People still know that. That's like 7 years ago, 6 years
Love
ago.
that. That's so funny.
It's iconic.
I love Spice. What do we do on AI's impact on the environment? We should not expand it until we can do.
I mean, that's a great point.
Yeah.
It's using a lot of energy. It's increasing the amount of electricity we need to generate when we can't even, generate the electricity we currently need responsibly, and without harming the environment. So, all the more reason why we need to double, triple down on renewable energy, green energy, nuclear, et cetera. We need all of those options. Of course, that's all being rolled back now under Trump.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just reading an article. I mean, Nevada, who makes the highest percentage of their electricity from solar of any state, because they're a freaking desert,
Yeah.
And so they were rolling out this massive solar project, and they had to cancel it because the Trump administration is choking it off with regulation. They just say, oh, so basically it was a consortium of power companies like, we're going to band together and do all the red tape at one go because it's so onerous. And they're at the end of that process, and the Trump administration is like, nope, you have to go back to the beginning and do it individually, which would basically tanked the project. So we can't do it. They have to just cancel it. just because they hate solar. Like there's no reason for it. It's anti-progress. It's anti-free market. It's anti-everything. It's just because it's just our supporters hate solar, so we're gonna kick solar in the ass for no good reason.
Not even
it's
their
not helping
supporters.
anybody.
Yeah.
It's not helping anybody.
I think part of it, Steve, is the implicit support of climate change.
Well,
that
it's just that. Well,
right?
climate change is. But even if you don't believe in climate change, having, we have, adding solar to the mix. It was the project was solar plus battery backup, which is great. Nevada is one of the few states where electricity prices have been decreasing over the last 10 years because solar is so freaking cheap.
Yeah.
Right. So they're building it not because of climate change, but because it's a fucking desert and it's cheap energy and they have
free money.
Places where they could put it. You know what I mean? So they're doing it just because it makes economic sense for them.
Do you think it's also like a weird anti-China thing, since China is like so pushing renewable?
But how is that?
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
It's
I agree. But it's like
this new technology to China.
Exactly. But
China
it's
loves it.
Yeah, they love, of course. But now it's like we focus again on fossil fuels to be like the dominant fossil fuel hub. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I don't whatever.
Yeah.
It hurts my brain.
We end our sentences with whatever quite a bit now.
I know. It's like, it's so painful. I brought this up because somebody had said it a while ago. Yeah, 3 Mile Island. I believe Microsoft had plans of reopening one for the AI consumption, right?
Yes,
Isn't that
that's
part
correct.
So all the nuclear is going to these fucking slop videos. So great. Not all the nuclear, clearly. It's like one reactor.
But if they're adding it, they're like, we are building this data center, AI data center, and we are going to build a nuclear power plant.
In a way, it's like, okay,
that we wouldn't ordinarily have built. It's like, okay, at least that's a zero-sum game there. At least they're saying we're going to provide the the low carbon energy for our AI data center. That's better than not doing that. It's better than just building the AI center and not thinking about where the energy is coming
from. The cleanliness of nuclear is like significantly, I mean, like unmatched compared to like coal.
The only carbon is in the construction of the facility itself. The operating does not create any carbon.
Yeah, so I mean, in a way, we just need to build more nuclear power, I guess, or have little pocket nuclear power. Bob, what happened to that? Where's our pocket power?
Small modular reactors.
I want that.
Yeah,
that would be nice. All right, we do have like a dumb TikTok that we could jump back to. We did all this annoying, the world is falling apart thing, but this is kind of what was the pre-world like. So this is a video.
Oh boy!
Like the guy found on the internet. Another fucking guy.
This video is from San Francisco.
San Francisco. That's
a stamped brick with ARR, and we know that what used to be there said T, car. It's TCARR. Look at this.
Huh.
You can see that there are still fully intact bricks in what fully melted. Like that one right there.
What is that?
Much of it is melted beyond recognition, but a lot of it, like this, is still obviously a wall. How old is this tree?
Right.
How long ago did this happen?
That's in San Francisco. I gotta go check it out.
Yes, definitely. You need to get the drone.
It's all melted down like as if it was candle wax hit with a torch.
That is what that looks like, dude.
Rolling down channels.
Holy mackerel!
Bricks. Like right there. Look at that.
I don't remember if they get it anything else.
We just say, oh well, wind and water did this over a million years, right? They would say, oh, it was 15 billion years caused
15
rocks to
billion, yeah,
liquefy.
older than the
No,
life of the universe.
It took
you
about
fucking
probably
idiot.
10 seconds of like the hottest thing you could possibly imagine, just burning something, and it literally melted like a candle melts. That's
Bro.
what you see there. Like, what happened in our
thing
recent
is-
past?
Go ahead, Bob.
On my screen here, I couldn't tell the difference between a melted brick and just something that viscous that flowed
brick.
over
Mhm.
Yeah.
bricks and is coating
Like
them.
cement?
I mean, right? I mean,
So
I didn't see anything that made me think a melted
this is
brick.
near San
I
Francisco.
mean,
There's-
maybe not
San
close
Francisco,
enough.
yeah.
There's lots of things. I don't know specifically which highway this is. Did they even say it or they indicate exactly where this is? But
So. Let me look.
yeah, so there's
Oh, I think
I
that's
found
good.
several very likely explanations for this. First of all, the CARR car was a brick making foundry at the time, so sure they made those bricks. This is in the 1800s.
Mhm.
Right,
Oh,
this-
okay. 15
basically-
billion years ago, right?
150 years ago, right? 150 years ago. And so this could be where they dumped their waste brick and cement.
Mm-hmm.
That's one possibility. But also there were lots of brick retaining walls and even structures that were built, whatever, a couple hundred years ago in the area, and then were abandoned, and they built highways through them. So there's lots of places where roads go through former either defensive structures or buildings or retention walls, and they often just use them as erosion retention walls. So what he's seeing, what he's calling melting, because he's an idiot, he has no idea what he's talking about, is just erosion. Hello, 150 years of erosion will make things look melted.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, like you're seeing intact bricks there. I think most of the erosion is the cement between the bricks or around the bricks. But some of the bricks also will sort of crumble and break away and freaking erode over 150 years, not 15 billion years or a million years or whatever stupid numbers he threw out. He's just an idiot.
Yeah, they have no understanding of science. I think in so many ways it's pathetic.
Look, it looks melted, therefore it is melted.
Just civil engineering in general. It's like
No more work needs to be done here.
Intellectual laziness at its
Mhm.
most profound.
It's clearly melted by dragons. You're right. That's what
Yeah.
it was. Tartaria had dragons, and it was in San Francisco. No history of that, but don't let this guy see the basalt cliffs of Iceland. Ooh, they do look exactly like giant steps. I'm pretty sure. Let me look at that. Basalt cliffs.
Let's see. Bricks
of Iceland
start to degrade around 1200 degrees Fahrenheit, 649 Celsius. Yeah.
Basalt.
And melting would be more like 2700 degrees. So
they don't look melted. They look like
Yeah.
something is on it. Like Bob was saying, it's like they're kind of encased.
this guy probably lives on the West Coast where the oldest thing is like 20 years old.
That's right.
We come from Connecticut. We see old shit all the time.
Right.
Or visit Europe and see really old shit. Yeah, this is like what it looks like when you have something that's hundreds of years old, or even just in this case, just 150 years old.
Yeah, a lot of people in the comments saying, well, San Francisco has lots of fires. It could have been like a fire and like that. But even that, I don't even think
even
that's
that
like
wouldn't get it to 2700 degrees.
2700, yeah, wouldn't have melted a brick. Right.
That's why they make brick ovens. Hello, because
Oh yeah,
bricks don't
pizza
melt.
ovens.
No, it's because they're
Hey.
delicious.
Oh, that's why they do it.
Bricks are delicious.
Just got to get some cold, make it real New Haven style. In that
Did I
brick.
ever tell you guys this? That this is a
What?
crazy piece of trivia. So they
Go ahead.
arguably one of the best slices of pizza you can get in the world.
Okay.
Is Pepe's Pizza in New Haven, Connecticut.
That's very arguable, but
Go ahead, argue.
I'll allow it.
No,
I'll
argue.
allow it.
Is that your trivia, or is there something more?
No. it's
What is
even
there
cooler
better
than that, but
pizza?
Ian-
I'll bring you to some
I
better
know you
pizza.
like
I would
Sally's, but,
argue that-
like we're in the
No, first off, modern is better
Brooklyn
than both
pizza.
of them, and then Brooklyn,
Brooklyn
like in
pizza.
Brooklyn.
Okay. Yes, in
All
Brooklyn.
right.
All
Well,
right, well,
talking
in
about
Connecticut,
where there's
in
actual
Connecticut,
pizza.
like one of the most famous pizza joints, and the one that started it all, Ian,
Yes, I'm sorry.
is Pepe's Pizza, right?
Yeah.
Wait, started what
Well,
off? What do you mean?
it's
Started?
New York,
like
New York
one of the
Pizza
oldest.
beat it out by a few
by
years.
a couple years.
Yeah.
But it is one of the oldest. I think it's
It's
the
one of the oldest.
third or fourth something. 1905.
So
Anyway,
It's good pizza.
it's good.
my wife's grandfather built their oven.
Really? That's
He
pretty
actually
cool.
built it.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Massive oven.
Yeah, because he worked.
Giant paddles. Hold on, let's look it up.
Yeah, his job was.
What was his name?
Okay.
Joey Bag of Donuts.
Hey. Classic. Here it is. That's the oven.
Yeah.
Classic. I've seen that. Hey, Gary Belmonte. There it is.
It's pretty cool.
So that's actual coal. It's not charcoal. It's actual anthracite, whatever the type of
Anthracite coal.
coal. Yeah, I think that is. So pretty cool. Giant paddles, as you can see, because it goes back like 20 feet. Pretty cool. You should, come to Connecticut. I'm going to have to try Connecticut pizza one day. I have to.
That's good.
Like in Vermont.
Although I think I've had better pizza in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Although the best pizza I had, ironically, was in Pisa. I know, right?
Pizza.
But it was
in the
because the
hell?
sauce was so freaking delicious. Like better than any sauce I've had in America. You know what I mean? Just
I don't want cold near my pizza. It is a very different style of pizza, though,
Yeah.
compared to like Napolitana style, like where it's like fancy. They cut it with scissors. You know what I mean? It's like kind of sweet. The mozzarella on top.
It's still technically pizza Napolitano. It's just a
Yes.
little bit of a twist on it.
Yeah, it's
Little twist.
And then in Connecticut, there's like the thin crust bar style. If you go to some
Mhm.
places like Rico's, has got a bunch of locations. Colony,
And then in
That's very different.
Chicago, every type of pizza they have is ass.
It's
terrible.
ass. We tried.
We gave
Maybe
it a
we'll
good college
go.
try, and man,
Yeah.
it was terrible.
We
I mean,
didn't
Pete-
go to the quote unquote real one like Pequod's, that one, but even
Right,
I've
we
been
didn't-
there and it's like, it's okay. It's like,
It was like
whatever.
Chuck E. Cheese pizza to me. It was terrible.
Oh, the bar pizza that we got was not
Whoa.
very good. It was whack.
No, it was garbage.
Compared to
Garbage,
anything on the
I'm
East
telling you,
Coast,
garbage.
it's crazy.
Your ship
I
should
saw
be
that.
hauled away.
Yeah. It's garbage. All right, we got through most of them, and there's this like one thing with the C-section stuff, which I don't know if we want to do. We can save
That's
it
just
for next
stupid.
week. It's like so annoying. Just dumb people doing dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Dumbly.
I want to eat pizza.
I don't know. Well, maybe it's time to stop the stream and go eat pizza. Do an impromptu pizza stream. That would be fun, actually. Do an SGU around Connecticut pizza.
We could.
That would be.
We
you
do a
could try all the
pizza
different ones.
tour.
Yeah.
Pizza tour of Connecticut and New York.
Oh.
Do a head-to-head.
Oh,
Head to head. That's right.
So
all
what
the
would we
best
do? Would we
pieces.
go to them all like the New Haven ones? Would we go in the same day?
Yeah, it's a good question. You either have to order them that are close to each other, but probably 2 days, right?
Yeah, probably have to do it on successive days.
Yeah, just and rank it. We'll do like a.
We'll have a
series
pizza month where we eat pizza every day
every
for a
day.
month.
Oh my
Great.
god!
Yeah,
At a
I just
different
lost a
place.
shitload of weight, and I'm
Heart attack. We'll replace the Friday stream. How about that? We just like drive to a pizza place and stream. Maybe I should get pizza for dinner. Yep. Yeah, we're working for big pizza. Don't forget all the amazing Rhode Island food. Like what? Dell's lemonade. That's all they got there in Rhode Island. My family's from Rhode Island.
What food
The
is
water
iconic
fires.
to Rhode Island?
Quahogs, like quahogs, fried seafood. You know what I mean? Like
Fried
shrimp,
seafood.
shrimp
I'll buy
strip,
that.
or not shrimp strip.
Like
clam
Maine,
strip.
it's lobster.
Yeah. I mean, they got lobster. Connecticut is actually also lobster rolls. Connecticut
Yeah.
lobster roll is like the best. Personally, suck it.
Connecticut, it's whale blubber.
Whale blubber. That's a nice little add-on.
That's Eastern Connecticut. Western
Yeah.
Connecticut's pizza. Eastern Connecticut's whale blubber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hot wieners. Is that? I don't even know what that
Hey,
is.
that-
I
you
don't know
keep
if
it
that's
out
a-
of this.
Hello.
Maryland crap.
please.
The
I don't-
wieners is that's New York, but Chicago also has their hot dog.
The
Thing
hot dog
going
thing,
on,
yeah,
which was like
mhm.
okay, it's a hot.
They're
dog.
good. Yeah, you know.
All right.
Have to put mustard on it, no ketchup kind of thing. Chowder. Oh, Rhode Island clam chowder is actually
Chowder.
really good.
Is
It's
it?
like it's a mix. It's not a mix. It's actually different. It's clear broth. It's like with a tiny little bit of tomato, maybe, but it's like salt pork usually, or some sort of fatty pork on the bottom, and then it's a clear broth as opposed to the red and the white of Manhattan and New England, respectively.
Yeah.
So I do I like making Rhode Island clam chowder. It's awesome.
Chowder.
Bangers. Oh yeah, bangers. That's cool. Clam cakes. Yeah, there's a lot of.
There's a lot going on, guys.
You got to go to the water fires in Providence. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm not doing the right accent.
Forget about it.
But it's
No,
Federal
not.
Hill. Oh yeah, Federal Hill is actually dope. That's like where all the Italians in Providence are. I was there for there was a big parade and there was a shooting and I was caught in the middle of it. So there's that. That was fun. It wasn't the Italians. It could have been the Italian. I don't know. Yeah. What's the Anthony's? Is it Anthony's on Federal Hill that has the smelts? You guys ever have smelts? Smelt. It's a fish.
No.
And you fry the whole thing. You eat the whole thing. You cut off the head, but you fry the whole thing. Smelts. It's pretty good. Or Angelo's. Is it Angelo's? It's probably Angelo's, now that I think of it. I used to go there all the time. Detroit style pizza is a style that I don't think I've ever had. Anybody have Detroit style?
What's it like?
What's it like? It's like, I think square. I think they used like old
deep dish square.
Detroit style pizza. It's like somewhat deep dish. It's like, oh no, it's like more of a focaccia. But I think they used like old trays from like automotive industry or something like that. Probably they catched or would catch motor oil in this, and they're like, what if we put a pizza in it? Yeah, so it's like kind of looks like cafeteria pizza, you know what I mean? The big puffy.
Oh, I hate that. It's like 99% bread with a tiny layer of sauce and cheese, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it looks
no
like
thanks.
mostly bread.
I don't mind a thick pizza at all, but yeah, there's got to be enough.
You gotta have
obviously,
enough.
there's
You
gotta
gotta
be
have enough
sauce and whatever you
Pastina
have.
at Angelo's. Yeah, that's the one. Pastina is good. They don't make pastina anymore, apparently. There's so many hidden gems in Rhode Island. Yeah, Rhode Island is a fun little weird state.
Isn't it still run by the mob?
I mean, that's what they say. Who knows? I mean, Providence is like, whatever. They cleaned up the river, though, and they wait. Is that Boston? Now I'm thinking that they dye the river green. Did they? Or is that Chicago? I think that might be Chicago. I don't know. I think there's a bunch of Irish and Italian. There's a bunch of Irish and Italian everywhere, in all the cities.
Yeah.
All
the Northeast
all
cities.
the New England cities. I've always heard rectangular deep dish style called Sicilian pizza.
Yeah,
I mean that's true.
Sicilian square.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had Sicilian pizza in Sicily.
Typically.
Oh yeah.
It was different.
What did you think, Steve?
I'm trying to remember. I was not impressed. I
Yeah.
know is what I think.
Didn't stick to you. Chicago.
I mean, I had some pizza in Rome, which makes it sound weird, but just as a quick snack, we had it a couple times, and it was effing delicious.
That's awesome.
It was damn good.
Damn good.
Yeah, but again, when you go to any of those Italian cities, there's tourist
St.
traps,
Louis, bro,
which
what the
forget about it.
Right.
If it's a tourist, location, you're not really getting local cuisine. But if you go to a place that looks, genuine, authentic, everything that they have is amazing because they're just the sauce they use and everything is just so freaking delicious.
What is St. Louis style? Is it just like cracker thin pizza? It looks like a cracker. It's like so thin. It's just like wafer thin. It's just like it cracks. And they do a square cut, like
No thanks.
Greek pizza, whatever. It's
No,
not
the
right.
dough has to be thick enough where it's chewy.
chew.
It can't be just crunch. It has to have a little bit of chew to it. That's it. I mean,
this one's ultra crispy cracker, like thin crust. I mean, at this point, it's a flatbread or something.
Yeah,
you know
some
what
people,
not-
I mean,
you know what I mean?
people like it. It's fine. I don't
Sure,
care.
I'm sure
all good.
They're like,
It's good. It's just not as good.
yeah, to me,
it's just
like,
not what we grew up with. So by definition, it's not
It's
the
not good.
best.
That's great.
Yeah.
the pizza part, the part of the pizza that is the bread has to have its own flavor. And it's got to be really good. You know what I mean? That's a huge part of the whole thing.
Outside the U.S., which country has the best diners? I don't think I've ever been to a diner in another country. Is that even? I thought that was an American thing, or like
I would just say not the UK. It would be my answer. Any diner level food or pub style food I've had in the UK was barely edible. They have obviously they have a great cuisine, international cuisine there, whatever.
Yeah, well,
usually if I'm going to a food truck level food, like, you know what I mean? Like diner, pub, whatever. The Middle Eastern food is always awesome.
Always good. Yeah.
Like the floor is so high just because it's hard. I don't know that I've had bad Middle Eastern food,
Yeah.
Well, speaking of diners, Liz and I were coming back from Orlando, so we're in Orlando airport, and we're trying to find out what
Yeah,
to
that makes
eat.
sense.
And there was a diner in the airport.
Like
So I
old
mean,
school.
what would your expectations be
Sometimes
for a
there are
diner
good
at an
restaurants in airports
airport?
because they can make a lot of money and they have a captive audience.
Sure. I mean, I don't know. It would have burgers.
Well,
They
and
jack up the
fries
prices 20% or whatever.
Oh yeah.
The name of this, let's see, it was the Sunshine Diner by Art Smith. Liz recognized his name as like one of the top chef dudes. We went in there, best diner food I've ever had in my life. If you're in Orlando airport, go to that diner. And we had multiple things. We ordered a few things. Everything I ate was just like more delicious than the next. It was just like, oh my God, what's happening?
What's happening?
But this guy, I mean, this guy's like a famous, it's a famous chef that
There it
started
is.
this.
50s style, right? It looks kind of 50s.
It was kind of ridiculously good. So
That's
yeah, highly recommended is what I'll say.
cool
Highly
decor.
recommended. Orlando Airport.
Mexicans interesting. That's another one where the
Ooh.
floor is pretty high. Like it's hard
Yeah.
for me to be disappointed with Mexican food, but there is a couple. There's
Yeah.
different kinds of Mexican food.
Yeah.
I prefer. I don't know if it's not Tex-Mex. What's the other option? Not Tex-Mex. I like Tex-Mex,
basically.
but I like regular Mexican food better than Tex-Mex. And then even like there are Mexican restaurants here. Some I don't know. Maybe they're the more traditional and less traditional. They're the more traditional ones are a little bit more saucy, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
I mean, there's like Oaxacan, I guess, is like a style, but that's like,
Yeah.
there's some Cal-Mex, the California style, I guess.
Cal-Mex.
There's also New Mexican cuisine, which is
Anything
like
new or
local.
Nuevo, whatever,
Yeah,
I've had
Nuevo.
bad experiences with.
Mm.
It's like we take good food and we fuck with it in some way you're almost guaranteed not to like. It's kind
Yeah.
of my Nouvelle cuisine or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
It's like just pretentious. I don't like pretentious food.
sure.
You know what I mean? Like
It
there are
doesn't like
definitely been to
you.
like high-end restaurants where they're trying too hard and like everything just has shit in
Yeah.
it you don't want. And then there's high-end restaurants that are elegant and awesome. You know what I mean? And which I'm obviously like I'm biasing my description, but that's the approach that I prefer, where it's just good, really good, tasty, very high quality food and
Yeah.
not pretentious,
Authentical.
too complex, weird, rare shit. And they're just for,
Yeah.
just for the
Gastronomic purposes.
yeah, it's
Something
just
other.
it's like the equivalent of modern dance in food. I'm like, sorry, not my thing. If you love it, good for you.
Yeah.
Knock yourself out. It's not my
That's
thing.
funny.
And Indian food, generally, there's one restaurant. So I've had mostly Indian food ranges from good to great, right?
Totally.
Except there's one restaurant in Atlanta that we went to at one Dragon Con. We were into an Indian
Oh
restaurant.
my God. I
It
remember
was
that story.
horrible. I'm like, how can you fuck up Indian food? It was so bad.
Steve.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right? Do you remember that?
Hey, well,
guys?
remember
it was bad. Like it was almost like inedible bad.
That's horrible.
I remember not going and being very happy I didn't go to that particular restaurant with everybody. But I remember being in London, which is known for its Indian
Supposed to
food,
be, yeah,
right?
generally.
And I typically order chicken tikka masala. I love that dish so
Classic.
much. I ordered it there. It was the worst chicken tikka masala I ever had. I was like, something happened because I looked at other people's. I think I got a bad
You got the
batch.
bad batch?
Because everybody else had no.
Yeah, I remember
had no
that. I remember
trouble
that
with their
that
with their
evening.
chicken
Yeah,
tikka
my
masala.
food
I
was
like,
fine.
yeah,
I mean, you can always get a clunker.
it's frustrating.
But so that's something I wonder. Like, is the Indian food in England the same as the Indian food in American? Is our Indian food Americanized in any way, or
That's a
is
good
it just
question,
different
Sure it is.
subcultures?
Yeah, sure it is, man.
Yeah.
From what I always thought is that the English version is what we also have, or it's like it became that version in England and then
It
skipped
was
across the pond.
imported to the U.S.
Because it definitely
tikka masala was invented in the U.K. There was an
Right.
argument about exactly where, but
right.
Scotland
Because I
or
will say,
England,
like
but-
in Chennai, I went to Chennai for like a while. I was in Chennai for like a month. But that's Southern Indian. That cuisine is very different.
Well, yeah,
than
we say
Northern.
Indian as if it's one thing. It's actually many different
Right.
cuisines. Same thing with Chinese, but there's
Of course,
Szechuan
there's
and
so on.
Mandarin and
Yeah,
whatever. But
right.
it's actually even more different than we realize.
Totally.
Like the northern half of China is all wheat based. They don't use rice. Their wheat
Mhm.
is their staple. So
Mhm.
we're very Southern Chinese. Our concept of Chinese food is Southern Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
Same
think
thing
it's
with
a lot of
Indian
people
food.
Fuzhou, like they're from the Fuzhou province, like that cook a lot of that. I don't know, Chad, you
Yeah.
can correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, again, like I said, I think I've said before on the stream, I went to Dubai last year
Mhm.
and had like Iranian food and
Mm.
other kinds of Middle Eastern food. Like again, our concept of Middle Eastern food is
Yeah, it's
basically
very
like Lebanese food or whatever. It's very limited in its
Right.
range of what we think it is.
Mhm.
And this was just lots of really different things, but all versions of on the same sort of spice palette, very
Sure.
similar in theme, but different enough. Like this is completely different food. And
Yeah.
it was all awesome. Every meal I had in Dubai was awesome. The food I
Really?
had on the plane was awesome. It was
Yeah,
just
that's
all really
yeah.
good.
Is it the
Wow.
accessibility to like get those products imported into the States maybe, or like the number of people who could actually cook
I
it
think
that well? You know what I mean?
I think that what we think of in America as being from one country is just a very tiny subset
Oh yeah.
of that
Mhm.
country.
Sure.
And you don't realize how much variation there is within that cuisine
Mhm.
regionally. So like India is not one thing, China is not one thing,
Oh,
the
of course
Middle
not.
East is
Of
not
course
one thing.
not.
Of course not. You
Mhm.
say that, but you don't really, until you experience it, you don't realize how different it is.
Yeah.
You know.
That would be a fun little series if we did a food tour of like really kind of as obscure as you can get in Connecticut
Yeah.
cuisines that we've
Well,
never been to.
New
You know what I
Haven
mean?
has a lot of obscure cuisines. Like
Sure.
I've gotten Ethiopian food in
I
New
love
Haven.
Ethiopian food. It's great.
Ethiopian food is great, and
So good.
we don't go there enough. We should go, Ian. We should go there
All
sometime.
right, let's do it.
Have you ever been there recently? It's good. It's very, very good, and just
You like
very
the bread that's it
yeah. It's
comes
like
on? It's cool,
they
right?
bring out everyone's dish at the same time on one giant piece of flat, spongy
Injera, I
bread,
believe it's called.
and you
Injera.
break off the bread and just grab whatever you want, like family style. You know what I mean? I love it. It's
So
all
fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fun. If chat, tell us if you have any other like food, maybe unique cuisines to unique at least to your palate that you've never had before that you were surprised by. I know there's like a Nepalese restaurant that I kind of want to try and see what like Nepalese food, food from Nepal is like. I don't know what that is.
Nepalese. Yeah.
Nepalese. I mean, a lot of them are like meat based, so like I have a little bit of a limited. Like I could order a few things, so it's in a way that's good, but sometimes there's a limit. You thought your Oma's food was German food because she was from southern Germany, but then I learned there's a lot of variation in the country. Her cooking had a lot of French and Italian influence. Yeah, I mean,
Oh
there's that
yeah, it's like even
border
Italian food. There's Sicilian food. There's sort of Roman Neapolitan food. There's
Mhm.
Florentine food, and there's Northern Italian food, which
Northern,
is
yeah.
very different than the red. So it's all white sauces, and it's actually way more French than the rest of Italy because of the French influence.
Right.
So you see this spectrum of food in Italy that is very regional and sub-regional. Even down to the city.
And I mean, tomatoes are somewhat to hundreds of years, but somewhat new import to Italy anyway, right? Because they've come from the New World. Quote
It was
unquote.
it was a New World transplant, yeah. But then it kind of took over, a lot
So,
of.
what's your favorite food, Steve?
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It depends on from what perspective. I mean, Italian food is my comfort food.
Yeah.
And like, if you ask, is
Right.
there one cuisine you could not live without? I'd have to would have to say Italian food.
Yeah.
But
Or
I
could live with
love-
forever. What about live with
Yeah, I
forever?
almost could eat Italian food every day. But I also love like Middle Eastern food would probably be number 2, and I love like Indian and Mexican food.
Totally.
And I've had there's lots of other ones I don't have a
Pie.
lot of opportunity to have, but like Moroccan food is great, like Ethiopian food is great.
Mhm.
I like that whole part of the world, the
Yeah.
Mediterranean cuisine, all the way from India to Greece and the Northern Africa, Italy,
Mhm.
the Middle East, all of it, in my opinion, is
What food would you not want to be stuck with? I guess
Korean.
Korean, really?
I mean, I don't like barbecue, and the
Oh.
non-barbecue Korean food I've had bad experiences.
Like the bibimbap kind of stuff. Isn't that
Mm.
Korean, or is that like the hot rice bowl where you put a bunch of stuff in it? Sometimes that's
So
good. Yeah, I don't know.
And same thing with I mean, I love certain kinds of Japanese food. I would have a hard time if I could only eat Japanese food because it's so seafood based.
Oh, that's
and
true.
I don't eat seafood.
Yeah,
Same thing with Korean
that's the
food.
problem.
It's like
Right.
once you get rid of all the seafood, there's just not that much left.
Yeah,
And
that's
it wouldn't
fair.
be enough to sustain me.
Yeah, I wonder if like quote unquote inland Japan, which doesn't seem like there's a lot of inland to have.
Yeah, but
be
I
had,
love
but there is meat.
tempura and
Sure, yeah.
shit.
I mean,
yeah,
there's
it's all
Kobe
good.
beef I
And
guess.
shit, you know.
It's all that stuff.
Shit.
It's like the one thing I know about that all the other stuff. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of like what is it? Fermented things in that side of the
I don't
world.
like
Sometimes that are
fermented
a little
food
like,
either. Yeah.
woo. Like pickles too. You're not into I guess that's not really fermented, but it's like pickled.
Speaking of German food,
Oh yeah.
I love Austrian food,
Mm.
and which I know is very similar to German food, but again, it's different. So
Yeah.
there was an Austrian restaurant in the town over from where I'm currently living that just happened to have this master chef, and he was just amazing, absolutely amazing. I loved everything I've had there. Then my wife and I actually went to Austria, and I had food. I thought, all right, if this guy in Connecticut made such good food, what's it going to be like? If we went to Vienna, like what's it going to be like when we're in Vienna?
Yeah, it's
and it was great, but it wasn't quite as good. I think the guy who happened to own
Best guy
he
left.
retired, but the guy who moved from Vienna to Connecticut was just a master.
Yeah.
So what happened to him?
He retired.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
That's kind of a good thing to know that it is like in the hands of the chef rather than
It is the
just, like,
chef. It's
quality
down
of
to the individual chef. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I totally get it. I have not scratched the surface of Korean food. I've had very limited exposure to Japanese food.
Mhm.
Just
there's
so
a
far.
lot of interesting food in that region. I mean, the food of the Philippines. There's a lot of interesting. There's a lot of interesting like U.S. involvement in that, just because of like occupying and the wars and all that stuff. It's like there's a weird cross blend of that stuff with like Filipino food having like spaghetti with hot dogs is like a thing that they do.
The thing is, like, there's so much room for somebody to open up a
totally.
Japanese restaurant or a Korean restaurant or a Polynesian or
Mhm.
whatever that is not a Benihana. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the
yeah.
things that everybody, the cliche tourist version of that cuisine, like
Yeah.
the more authentic and varied, but it's just like, how are you going to make that happen? You would literally need somebody who's like trained over there to come here. And I'm sure there are, but just not like everywhere, you know what I mean? Just not in necessarily Connecticut. So probably was like, oh yeah, in LA we have this great, South Asian restaurant, whatever, that it makes all this authentic weird stuff. Like, that's great. Good for you, but we don't necessarily have access to all of it,
Yeah.
We tend to get the Benihana and like the cliche Mexican food and the standard Indian food is the 98%, you know what I mean? And maybe there's more interesting, authentic, or varied stuff scattered around, but you don't necessarily know it all.
Vietnamese food is the only part of the culture untouched by the French. That's mostly, except for the banh mi. I think the banh mi is somewhat of a French-inspired Vietnamese thing. If you guys have ever had a banh mi, which is like the bread is like, it's pretty good. Favorite izakaya in an obscure neighborhood town in Tokyo served a teacup of corn chowder when you sat down. That's interesting.
Chowder.
That's a fun little different vibe than you would think of, Japan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, banh mi.
corn
Go to
chowder.
Princeton, New Jersey. Yeah, if you guys, hey, if you have some new foodies and thing, we do have pictures of redneck spaghetti.
Redneck spaghetti.
Uncooked noodles pushed through hot dog pieces that all cooked together. Oh, I think I've seen this. This is like that, like AI, but it's not. It's real. Redneck spaghetti.
Whatever. If people want to do interesting things with noodles, again, have
It's
at
like,
it.
yeah,
Just
do
don't
your-
confuse it
do
with
your thing.
actual.
Yeah, it's like this is a traditional Italian.
Italian.
Okay, got it. No, allow ad. No, I don't want to allow ads. Block. Okay, you can see it back there. It's noodles inside. Let me just try to delete this real quick. Okay. Get out of here. There you go. Yeah, they're the pasta noodles pushed through hot dogs, and then you cook the whole thing together.
What the hell,
It's like, I
man?
mean, that's like kid food. It's like so silly. Yep, here's the preparation, if you want to call it that.
That was one of Sheldon's favorite dishes.
Oh, was it? That makes sense.
Spaghetti with little bits of hot dog cut up in it.
Oh God! Oh, that
I
made-
know, right?
Holy shit!
It's just
I
like,
like hot dogs. I love spaghetti, but no.
Yeah, that's weird.
Though I'm usually pretty good with mashups, but
that's a
I'd be
weird
open
one.
to trying it.
I'm sure it's fine, but I
Yeah,
don't think it makes a new flavor. It is basically what you think it is. Hot dogs and spaghetti flavor. In Italy, did you guys see American pizza on the menu? Hilarious. They have French fries on them. What? That's funny.
French fries on pizza. I'm trying to remember that we saw that. I don't know.
French fries on pizza. Italy? Let's see if they
Some
do
restaurants
that.
put French fries on their hamburgers. Like they put the French fries on the hamburger.
Yeah. That's a pretty funny little thing. Pizza Americana with Wurzel and French fries on top. Is that hot dogs, I guess? Or is that like a hot dog-ish sausage? They're just making fun of
Well,
Americans?
how about this?
Go ahead.
We've got that Bruno's Pizza place in New Fairfield, Connecticut. They have penne pasta, penne alla vodka pasta on their
That's
pizza.
good.
That'd be pretty good.
And it's
I'm sure that's good.
fantastic. Fantastic.
That's a different thing.
I mean, eating bread with pasta. I mean, of course that works.
It's all there.
That pizza also, it's all there. It's in, and
But
much
you
more
have to
affordable
recalibrate
than-
how much you can eat. One slice of that is like 2 slices of pizza.
It was, yeah. It was. It's a huge slice. Plus, there's all the extra pasta.
This is
on
the
there.
other one that people
That is
send us
an
sometimes
amazing
is
dish.
Swedish pizza. So it's
Mhm.
like a gyro or like a kebab.
Yeah.
That's on a pizza, and then they put like white sauce and stuff.
Well, you got to
like
remember
It's like
that
a flatbread kind of thing. You know what I mean?
pizza, meaning
Uh-huh.
flatbread with shit on top, is
Yeah.
universal throughout
Totally.
cultures. And what we call pizza is just pizza napolitano. It's just one version of this dish, which is otherwise fairly ubiquitous across many Western cultures.
Yeah.
So everyone has their version of the flatbread with stuff on top.
Yeah, of course.
Some kind of meat, starch, sauce, whatever.
It's like empanadas or dumplings or something like
Yeah.
that. They're always like, get some food, put some, pastry.
Some
around it or
stuff and some other stuff, wrap it in this, and there you go.
You bother me, kid. Yeah.
It's all good.
It's all good. All right. Well, that was a fun little impromptu food tour that we did. I don't think I have anything else on the docket that we kind of went through all of them.
Any burning questions out there in
That's
SGU
true.
land? Otherwise,
This is an impromptu
think
Friday stream on a Wednesday, Friday style. We'll be back to normal stream next week. But go ahead. If you have any questions, you can either post in the Discord or post it in the chat right here, and we will see it. Somebody posted in the Discord, Alex Jones is not off the hook when it comes to the Sandy Hook penalty, so that's good. So he was appealing to the Supreme Court to be like, please don't make me pay $1.4 billion. And it's like, well, fuck you.
And they said no.
They said no.
Fuck you.
That's
They said, "Fuck
fantastic.
you," which is like surprising out of this court in a way, but also, I mean, not really, but it's good that they screw that guy.
Hey, wait! I see somebody ask a question, Bob. What's the biggest thing in the Halloween chaos this year? Well, depending how you interpret that, the biggest thing is we built a pirate
Yep.
ship. That's
I
the
think last
biggest
week
thing.
or the week
So,
before
I
you
mean,
showed a picture last week, maybe.
Yeah, so that's the biggest thing. And one of the best things I created was for that pirate ship. It was an animated pirate skeleton dude. But that's the biggest thing. The bow of the ship is all with treasure. So I had a blast creating my biggest and best pirate treasure display ever. So it looks amazing. I'll have to show some pictures. Maybe I don't know. next week or whatever. But yeah, the ship is amazing. The reviews are off the hook. It's just an amazing tour de force of awesomeness. Big. I mean, it's like 50 feet long, 25 feet wide. I mean, this thing is like a mega project. It took us like 3 weeks to build it, but that's the biggest thing, the most awesome thing in my Halloween chaos this year.
That's good. A whole ship. Yeah, basically a whole ship. It's not seaworthy, I don't think, but you know,
not anymore anyway. But if you come to the haunt and I'm not in the cemetery, I will probably be doing a brief stint as a pirate skeleton in the pirate ship. So that was fun. That was fun. Although talking like a pirate the next day, I couldn't do it anymore. I mean, I felt it. I felt it after an hour. I was like, holy crap, my throat. I can feel this. It's really taking its toll on my throat just to have this pirate banter between, people walking through the haunt and saying, where's my treasure? I mean, do that for 4 hours that you feel it. And Jay, the next day, my voice was altered. It was ridiculously low and I had no falsetto at all.
That was awesome.
It was weird. Like
you should have heard what I heard. It was amazing.
So yeah.
Live stream tour this
and
year.
now that
but we'll see.
Yeah. Now that the haunt is done, it's all about decorating my house and finishing.
That's true.
So you could see the tree. That's the Halloween tree.
It's a tree.
All right, so guys, we will be back next week,
mm-hmm.
and then the week after that, we're going to have Christian Hubicki on. We're going to have a deep discussion about robotics.
Oh,
and it's going to be awesome. So I highly recommend you come.
Mm-hmm. Next Wednesday, right?
I'll be announcing the Seattle show, guys, in this week's podcast, along with other dates.
Oh, more dates coming up, and Nauticon in Australia. So that is happening. Get excited. All right. Well, I guess that's it, right? Anything else you want to say?
No,
that's
it. Next week.
Bye. See you next week. Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Stay skeptical.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks, Ian.
Skeptics Guide to the Universe is produced by SGU Productions, dedicated to promoting science and critical thinking. For more information, visit us at theskepticsguide.org. Send your questions to info@theskepticsguide.org. And if you would like to support the show and all the work that we do, go to patreon.com/skepticsguide and consider becoming a patron and becoming part of the SGU community. Our listeners and supporters are what make SGU possible.
There's no secret ending stream, so don't ask. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to become a patron and then go get pizza. That's it, I think, right? Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.